Okay, we've got a classic tune lined up for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down all the Ralph Mooney parts to Lonesome On'ry and Mean. Well, maybe I shouldn't say all of them, but a pretty substantial portion. I'm going to look at that first lick that comes in at about 9 seconds, and then we're going to look at that entire verse and chorus that comes in at about 1:59. And this is all per request by Stan C. And Stan, I'm really glad that you requested this song because this has been a treasure trove of sweet Mooney licks. Okay, let's run through this and then we're going to break it down lick by lick. And we're going to start off with the first lick at about 9 seconds. Then we'll move to that verse and chorus at 1:59. All right, let's run through it and break it down. Here we go. So what we're doing is we're starting out in a D major chord, and we're picking up into this phrase at the 5th fret. And that makes sense because 5th fret with my A and B pedal, if I grab my major grips, I've got a D major chord, right? And what we're doing is this phrase. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 8, 7, 6, 5, A and B pedal down. Right? It's kind of coming in on that upbeat. 1. Right. And then I'm going to grab strings 4 and 5 with the A pedal down. Then I'm going to take off my A pedal, grab the same 2 strings and roll it on. Then grab the same 2 strings again and roll off your A pedal. B pedal's down this whole time. And then grab strings 5 and 6, A and B pedal down. Right, so real slow. Right, that's our first lick. 1. Okay, good. Now I'm going to do this lick here. And what I'm doing is I'm starting off at the 10th fret. So now I'm in my my open position D chord, open position 10th fret. If I grab all my major grips, I get a D chord for days, right? So I'm grabbing my 10th fret, strings 3 and 4, then back to 8, then back to the 10th fret. Okay? And I'm going to have my A pedal down, and I'm going to grab strings 4 and 5. And what I'm doing is I'm putting a little chicken picking or some percussive kind of feel in there. And I pinch strings 3 and 4 at the 10th fret. And then I'm going to chicken pick this 4th string. And the way that I achieve that is I block the 4th string with my index, if you look at the right hand camera, and I pluck my thumb on that 4th string as well. Right, so I have. Right, so I'm going to pluck 10 first, chicken pick, then 8, and then grab 10th, the 10th fret again on strings 4 and 5 with the A pedal down. So real slow. Now I'm going to do this move here. And what I do is I grab string 4, then string 5 and slide it back to 8. Put in your A pedal and then grab string 4 again. Right, so I've got to slide back to that 8th fret. Right, it gets a little bluesy there. And then I finish off by grabbing this phrase. And I'm grabbing strings 4, 5, 4, 5, then letting out my A pedal. Right, so if I put that phrase together, so I have as my whole kind of open position phrase. And if I think about that theoretically, or in music theory terms, the reason why that sounds bluesy is because I'm using this note here against a D chord. And what this note is the C natural. And you can think about, okay, well, here's your C chord right here at the 8th fret. And this 4th string, of course, is the root of that chord as well as the 8th string. And this C natural against a D major chord is dominant, a dominant 7, or sometimes referred to as a flat 7. And that's going to give you a bluesier feel. Some even will call it mixolydian, right? But you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to. If I was going to take a straight major 7 approach, it wouldn't really sound, I don't know, it would sound kind of too wimpy in a way or something. I can't really explain it, but here's my major 7, right? I grab my 4th string, put left knee lever right in, and I get a C sharp, right? That's our major 7 in the D major scale. We want the flat 7. That's going to give us a much bluesier feel that's found in tons of American music, from country to blues. And I'm sure Ralph, listened to all kinds of stuff. I don't know for sure. So anyway, that's how you do your first lick, and you're always wanting to kind of play that flat 7 instead of a major 7. All right, so give that one a try. Okay, here comes the verse that comes in at 1:59, and we're going to run through all those licks. Here we go. Let's take a look at this next lick number 2. And again, like lick number 1, it's over 4 measures of D. And I kind of pick up into the phrase the same way. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 8, 7, 6, 5, rolling on my A pedal, grabbing string 4, right? All at the 5th fret. So I start out that way. So just try that first. Then I'm going to grab strings 3 and 4. My B pedal is down. And then grab string 4. Right. So that's your first phrase over our D major chord. Right. Now, quickly, the progression is going to go F to C. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm just going to grab this quick phrase here. And what I'm doing is I'm at the 3rd fret on strings 3 and 4, and I've got my B and C pedal down. And I'm going to hit those 2 strings with the B and C down, and then take them off, okay? Then we're back into this D chord. And I'm going to get this kind of dissonant sounding D7 chord here at the 3rd fret. And the way that I'm achieving that is I'm grabbing strings 4, 3, and 1, and my left knee lever right is in. My B pedal is in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly sweep. And I really want string to ring out. String 1 to ring out, rather. So let's start off just with that lick there. I'm sweeping and I'm sliding in to the 3rd fret on the 4th string. And now I'm going to hit my 3rd string twice. and then string 1. Right, so let's put that together. Sorry. There we go. And now I have this phrase. And what I'm doing is I'm sliding into the 3rd fret from fret 2 on string 4. Left knee, lever right, still engaged. And now I'm going to hit string 5, then string 4 again, then string 5, and slide it into 1 and give it a lot of vibrato. There we are. And here it is one last time, a little slower. 3, 4. 3, 4. Good. 3, 4. Right, so if we put that whole 4-measure phrase together, we have 3, 4, 1. Right, there you go. Let's try it again. Okay, so that's our second 4-measure phrase. Now let's take a look at what he does when he goes into the G chord. Okay, here we go. All right, now we're going to break down lick 3 going into the G chord, and this one's kind of tricky. So what I have to do is I've got to pick up into this G chord with this quick phrase here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting my 7th string at the 3rd fret, then my 6th string with the B pedal down, and then my 8th string. Right? If I put this more in context, 2, 3, I'm going to do that next move there. And what I'm grabbing is still at the 3rd fret, which makes sense because we're on a G chord, open position. I grab strings 3 and 4, and then string 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I get into that G chord. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right, so I'm picking up into that G phrase, and I'm basically just hitting the 3 strings in my major grip on strings 3, 4, and 5. I'm just layering it a little bit, strings 3 and 4, and then 5. Now, this is a really cool lick here. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 4 and 6 with the B pedal down, and I'm just grabbing those two with my index and my middle. And I grab those twice. So after this is what I want to do. And then I'm going to hit string 8, and then these same 2 strings again, and let out my B pedal. But I want to pick both of those. No, I don't. I just want to pull off my B pedal at the end of that lick there. Right, that's my phrase there. Then I'm going to finish out the phrase after this kind of sus4 lick. I'm just going to hit strings 3 and 4. Right, so if I put this together, I have 2, 3, 4. That's my entire G lick. So it's kind of a funky lick. There's a lot of tricky rhythms in there. And what I'm thinking about here is using this B pedal as part of this G chord. So if I take a G just like this, say if I grab strings 8, 6, and 4, and I put that B pedal down, I have what's called a G sus4, right? So I'm suspending the third of the chord, which is going to be the 6th string if I have no pedals on. And if I put my B pedal down, I'm raising that third up a half step, getting my 4th. So I have this sus4 back into just a G major chord, G sus4 to G. And so I can think about that in any open position. As a cool way to kind of pad any major chord by using that sus, and then letting it out, or that B pedal over a open position major chord. All right, so that's our third lick over the G chord. Okay, let's move on and let's get back into the D chord here for maybe one of the toughest licks in here. Okay, here we go. Now we're back into our D chord, and I'm up here at the 5th fret, and I'm going to start with this D major closed position lick. And it sounds like this. Right. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 4 and 5, and I'm rolling on my A pedal, then string 6 with the B pedal down, and then 4 and 5 again, no A pedal, and then back to strings 5 and 6, A and B pedal, both down. Okay, now we have this long, kind of tricky lick, both rhythmically and positionally. And what I'm doing is I'm playing this lick here. And I'm starting here at the 10th fret out of my D open position. We're still in D, and we're going to use this 8th fret to get that flat 7, or that mixolydian sound, if you want to think of it that way. And let's start with this here. And what I'm doing is I've got my right hand lined up in a pretty particular way. And I've got my index here on the 4th string, my middle on the 3rd string, and my thumb is also on the 4th string. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a percussive chicken pick on that 4th string. So my index is blocking the 4th string, and I'm still going to pluck with my thumb. So both of these fingers are on the same string, my thumb and my index. My index stays stationary, and I pluck with my thumb. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up with my index and middle finger. And I get that cool percussive chicken picking sound. And I'm going to do the same thing on the 10th fret as I do on the 8th fret. Right, so 10th fret, then 8th fret. Same right hand move. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the 10th fret, and I'm going to put my A pedal in, and I'm going to grab strings 5 and 4 at this point. And I'm going to do the same move. I'm going to chicken pick, then I'm going to pluck up with my index and middle, and then chicken pick again, and then grab those same 2 strings but with no A pedal. So the first move is with the A pedal at the 10th fret, strings 4 and 5. And then, same move in my right hand, but take off the A pedal. Right. Right. So that's what we want to do first. Let's slow it down. Okay. Now I'm going to move back to my 8th fret, same string set, 4 and 5, A pedal's still down, and I'm going to chicken pick, and then pluck with my index and middle. Then I'm going to go back to the 6th fret, A pedal's still in, left knee lever left in, and I'm going to chicken pick and pluck. Now I'm going to go back to the 5th fret and just pluck with my index and middle. So that second half. Okay, so that's our 3rd move. And now I'm going to grab these same 2 strings, 4 and 5, roll off my A pedal, hit string 6 with the B pedal down. So that's a big D chord lick, right? Ooh, let me tighten that up. Real slow. Yeah, that's a cool one. And what it's using is both our closed position major scale, or closed position D chord I should say, and our open position D, going back to the 8th fret, getting that flat 7 or C natural in. And doing that again on a string set below on strings 4 and 5 with the A pedal down, and then slowly getting back into our D major closed position chord. Alright, so that's how you do your 4th lick. Okay, now let's go back into, let's see here. Yeah, let's go back into the G for our 5th lick. Alright, here we go. Now we're back into our G chord, and we're using some of the same elements that we used in our previous G chord. And I'm going to start off with this lick here. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 4 and 6, and I pull up on these strings twice. Right? Totally open, no pedals or knee levers. Now I'm going to grab those same 2 strings, I'm going to hammer in my B pedal. And then I'm going to hit my thumb on string 8. Then back to those same 2 strings. And my B pedal's still down. So I have, right? Okay, then I'm going to grab this string set yet again with the B pedal down and let out my B pedal, then grab string 9. Right? So sounds kind of funny right now, but in context it'll sound cool. Now I'm going to grab these same 2 strings again. So my thumb is really working between string 8 and 9. And I've got it set up here to do so. Right? Even when I'm just grabbing these 2 fingers, I still have my thumb ready to go on the 8th string. So after I hit my 9th string, that flat 7, right? Think about that. There's the dominant chord again of a G chord, right? Another dominant chord. Then I'm going to grab strings 4 and 5 again. I'm going to pluck them twice. No pedals or knee levers. Then I move up to strings 3 and 4. And then I'm going to hit string 5 pretty quickly. And then again, I hit string just 3 and then string 4. So that second half sounds like this. Right. Right? Okay? So if I put that whole phrase together over my G chord, I've got this kind of funky rhythmical thing happening here. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. And notice I'm not holding out out very many of these notes for a very long time. They're all pretty percussive, okay? Okay, now that is your 5th lick over the G chord. Pretty cool. Could use that in any open position. For instance, up at a D chord. Right? So it's usable anywhere. That's the beauty of it. Okay, now let's get back into our D chord and let's get into that 6th lick here. Almost done, almost done. Another tough D chord lick, then we have the chorus and we're done. Okay, we'll have you out of here in a jiffy. All right, here we go. All right, here we are. We're entering back into our D chord and we're kind of starting to see a pattern. We're kind of entering into all these phrases here at the 5th fret, D closed position, and then working our way up and doing some kind of blues licks here at the 8th and 10th fret, right? So we can kind of use this as a theme for whenever we're playing backup. And what I do is I pick up into this D chord. So that means at the end of the G, I've got to do a little D phrase to get back into that first measure of D. And I'm just going to do this kind of simple country lick. Right, so if I count it 1, 2, 3, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all I'm doing is I'm grabbing string 4, then 5, my A pedal down, rolling it off, hitting string 6, the B pedal down, alt the 5th fret. Okay, so I'm entering back into the D that way. Now I'm going to go up to my 8th fret and I'm hanging here on strings 5 and 4, and this entire lick is out of these 2 strings. And I'm going to start with this lick here. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting string 5 first with my A pedal down at fret 8, then string 4, back to string 5, A pedal still down, take it out, slide it up to 10, then hit string 4, then string 5 again. Okay, so let's start just there. Right. Now I'm going to slide back to my 8th fret, put in my A pedal, all on the 5th string, hit string 4 again, then string 5. Right, so we have this lick. Now I'm going to do a variation on this same lick, but I'm going to move through the notes faster. Here's how it sounds. And I'm starting here at the 10th fret, and I'm going to hit strings 4, then 5, no A pedal, then down to the 8th fret, string 4, 5 with the A pedal, and then let it out quickly. Right, so that's all just a D blues lick. Getting this flat 7 in here again as far as the D major scale is concerned. Okay, so far we have, right, we have that so far. Now I'm going to finish on a more major lick, as you can imagine, as that's been our pattern so far. And what I'm doing is I'm back here at the 5th fret, and I grab my 6th string B pedal down, and I roll on my A pedal, string 5. Then I grab that A pedal again, the 5th string again with the A pedal down, roll it out, hit string 6, B pedal down. Okay, so if I put that whole lick together real slow, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay, almost done. Now, here's the easy part. Let's go to the chorus. Here we go. All right, let's break this down. And these licks are kind of reminiscent of maybe like Donald Duck Dunn or something like that. Almost like a Stax record. Like a Otis Redding song or something. And what he's doing is he's entering into the C chord this way. And I'm starting here at the 1st fret with my B pedal down, and I'm sliding into the 3rd fret, and then I'm going to grab the 4th string. Right. Okay? And that's it. That's your C chord lick. The chorus, of course, is going C to G to D. Right? So that's our C chord lick. Now I'm going to do a similar phrase over the G chord, and I'm going to start at the 1st fret, and I'm going to slide up on the 5th string to the 3rd fret. Then grab the 3rd string. No pedals or knee levers. Right, so I have. And I'm going to continue this theme on the D chord. I'm going to slide into it the same way as we did the C chord. So I start at the 3rd fret, and I've got my B pedal down on the 6th string, and I slide fret 3 to fret 5, and grab string 4. Okay, so far we have 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Then I'm just going to finish off that phrase with that little D lick. And what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing string 5 with my A pedal down. I pluck it twice, let it out, let out the A pedal, and grab string 6, the B pedal down. Right, so I have 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Okay, and that's your chorus. Okay, there's a lot of great licks here, and they're all fitting kind of a particular theme. He's kind of doing similar phrases over the G chord and similar phrases over the D chord. And with those Ds, he's kind of starting out in the closed position and then going to the open position and using that 8th fret with the flat 7 as far as the scale is concerned. And so you can start to use some of these same strategies when you're backing up a singer or using a song, starting with the closed position, and then some bluesy licks, 10 and 8, for instance. And also those G chords, right? Using that kind of sus feel. You can kind of mix it up and use your own bag when you're playing over the 4 chord or any major chord using that sus idea. All right. Well, thank you, Stan C, for requesting that I do this. This has been a treasure trove of licks for me, and I've been using a lot of these as well and trying to adopt them into my own playing. So I hope you enjoy this lesson and keep requesting stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.